Mary Kay, the Browns 27-10 losers today to the Baltimore Ravens. They remain winless on the season, and they go winless at home for the first time since 1999, the expansion year. They won 2 games that year, by the way. And really the big story is DeShone Kizer struggled mightily today, and Hugh Jackson did not commit to him for the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah, it was the first time he also questioned, does he have what it takes? That's the first time he actually did that aloud. And he admitted, hey, should he or should he not start these final 2 games against the Bears and in Pittsburgh? They're trying to win a football game. DeShone is obviously struggling. I think if they had had a good veteran to go to throughout the season, that they probably would have sat him down for 4 or 5 games at some point and just let him watch how this is done.
Yeah, it really was kind of a roster makeup error. And then, of course, Hugh Jackson himself kind of just unleashed Kizer as quick as he could, gave him an opportunity to be the #1 starter in the spring, even working with the first team, and it just hasn't worked out for him. He was a guy that was coming out of Notre Dame very raw, and he just hasn't been able to find his footing.
Well, when you think about it, though, Dan, what option did he have, right? I mean, were you going to start Kevin Hogan or Cody Kessler this season? No, he was the best option that they had, and that's why he pushed so hard to get A.J. McCarron before that trade deadline on October 31st to try to get some victories going. Obviously, that didn't happen, and now they're faced with possibly, again, going 0-16. The next game is Mitch Trubisky. Is it going to be Mitch Trubisky versus DeShone Kizer, or are they going to sit DeShone down?
And, of course, on the other side of things, the Browns continued to struggle with pass rushers. Spencer Drango struggled again today. They had the strip sack in the end zone, and Terrell Suggs just continued to dominate this football team as he has for however long he's been in the league. He's 35 years old now, and he spent most of those years dominating the Browns.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, their defensive front was just relentless, and DeShone, just didn't have the time, and when he did have the time, he held on to the ball too long. He was inaccurate. He panicked. I think he panicked on that interception in the end zone. Again, it was 3 turnovers by him. The Browns committed 4 turnovers in this game, and you know that's what the Baltimore Ravens are all about, and that's been the story of the season for the Browns and the story of the season for DeShone Kizer. That makes 19 interceptions for him and 6 lost fumbles. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, they turn the ball over and they don't force any turnovers. It's a bad formula. And, of course, Josh Gordon and DeShone Kizer had a little miscommunication on the sideline. Gordon said that it was on him. He was trying to make something happen, trying to get down the field. He was supposed to kind of settle down in a hole and missed it. But just, again, 2 guys not on the same page.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what's going to happen when you try to bring somebody in at the end of the season. You saw that happen with Josh Gordon when he came back for the final 5 games of the 2014 season. He and Brian Hoyer didn't really have it either. So it's hard to come in that cold at the end of the season, and especially when you have a rookie who's struggling.
Browns losers, 27-10. They have 2 games left to try to avoid being the second team in NFL history to go 0-16.